Okay guys, so I thought just to start, why don't you just state kind of the subject you're studying with us in creative arts at the moment. So Lucy, do you want to start?
I'm doing photography, graphic design and media studies.
Yes, I'm doing the exact same, so I'm doing graphic design, media studies and photography at A-level.
I'm doing two creative subjects. I'm doing graphic design, media studies, but also English language as well.
Perfect. So what are you kind of enjoying most about the subjects at the moment, do you think, or what have you enjoyed so much about? Because you're all second year students, so obviously you've done them for a little while now, so what do you think you've enjoyed about them so much?
I really like the creative aspect of it all and how you can really develop and experiment your ideas and really work on what you want to work on.
Yeah, about to say, in second year you get the opportunity to work on what you want to work on, because I feel like in the first year you're learning like your skills and you're developing that, whereas as soon as you get into second year you're doing projects you want to do and it's just experimenting and developing, just taking all your ideas further than in first year.
I really like the transferable skills aspect between the courses. There's a lot that really gels, like using the Adobe Suite and things like that, or even in media. I supplement a lot of my writing with the skills that I've learned in English.
Yes.
It really helps me build essays.
And so you learn a lot of analytical skills and stuff, don't you, in media,
Yeah,
which is really important for understanding your graphic design and other practitioners' work.
I'd say that comes into like graphics as well when you're researching and developing, because you have to annotate on everything and like reflecting on your work.
So what would you say is the kind of main thing that you guys have taken from your first year into your second year?
I'd say that it's mainly the skills that I've learned from graphics with the Adobe Suite. I've become a lot more proficient in my design work. I think it's just really helped me improve, having that guidance from a tutor who knows so in depth what they're doing.
Yeah, to be fair, because in first year like I was completely new to any of the software, especially in like graphics photography. I've never really used a proper camera, never used like the Suite, like the Adobe software before. So now I've like fully learned that, I can just use it better, and that's probably the best thing.
With teacher guidance you can really push your ideas further and really get the top grade.
Perfect. So do any of you at the moment have any kind of aspirations for what you want to do after college at the moment?
I want to leave and go to university and study a photography degree and then eventually become a photographer. But I don't know which aspect yet.
I'm hoping to go to uni and study graphic design, but for job wise, just like creative subjects, because I'm quite interested in a lot of like illustration, animation, things like that, so quite a wide field.
At university I want to go off and do television or film production and eventually go into that field once I've left university, hopefully working for the BBC or another company like that.
So thinking about the skills that you've learned and you've developed and what you want to do next, so what specifically do you think you have learned here that will help you get into those next steps?
And to be fair, I think like especially college, kind of the format of it is quite like university, and that's obviously the next step I'm taking. So a lot of it is like working independently and just having the freedom to develop your ideas, but also having a bit of help there, and just the structure of college sets you up for that quite a lot.
Like Jenny said, I think it's like that independence that you get from college compared to, say, high school. It's a big step up in the like requirements of learning yourself and building your own skills. But I think specifically for what I want to do, media studies has really helped me with understanding how codes are embedded in media and how you can construct representation. So I think that will be quite useful.
So do you think studying these courses has really built up your confidence to go out into the big wide world after this and obviously develop your skills and develop that niche that you want to do?
Yeah, I think massively, because coming from high school, like when I did art GCSE at high school, but it was never like pushed that much, and like you never got the chance to actually be creative, or you usually were given specific routes to go down when you were doing your art. Whereas coming here, like the freedom, yeah, it's just pushed me to develop my own style, my own unique style and stuff like that, and that's hopefully what I'll take to university in the graphic design world.
So obviously we do a lot of other creative subjects. We do textiles and we do fine arts, as well as obviously graphic design, photography and media studies and film that you guys are studying. So would you recommend to other people who might be looking at this college at the moment, would you recommend it to them, and why would you recommend it?
I definitely would. I know quite a lot of people who do other creative subjects, and the feedback that I hear all the time is just really positive, especially for textiles. Like, everybody just really enjoys it. So
I'd like to say, like, especially because when you do, if you are doing creative subjects, because like, I'm always in this building, because all my subjects are creative, so you constantly, like, you do end up mixing a lot with like other creative people, and that like is also a bit of collaboration and stuff, and that's also really good when you do creative subject, because you can learn from each other and other things like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think compared to other people I know, because like even then, like people I know doing art at say like a sixth form or something like that, it's a lot more structured. Or I know people who've been told not to do specific work because it doesn't fit in with what the school's motto is and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's definitely worth coming.
Yeah, I really agree with Jenny. You can really push your own ideas forward, and like you're not like restricted to what you.
Yeah, like you have to have your voice and like they push you to
Yeah.
really express how you feel and what you're feeling.
Do you feel like you get in this department a little bit more creative freedom, a little bit more chance to just explore your own skills and your own kind of, what you would say, your own hobbies and your own interests, I guess?
Yeah, like they try to help incorporate like your interests into your work as well and stuff like that. So it can go into every like, aspect of your life. It's not just college work.
I think that ties into just the general fact that this is like a really accepting college with like a wide range of views. So you can have your own personality, but you're also challenged on that in a positive way to better yourself and form educated opinions, I suppose you could say, that can help you in all walks of
That's
life.
one of like, the main things when we got here. Like I've never been, like I never met so many people just accepting of like everything. Or like if this was your work, or like oh this is the kind of thing I like, and then you can use each other's skills or each other's interests to then incorporate into your own work. Yeah, and like it's really working with each other, and obviously that helps going on later in life when you're working in teams and stuff like that.
Thinking about the subjects, it'd be really interesting to see what specific skills that you have feel like you've learned that you didn't know about at all before you came here. So Ryan, shall we start off with you?
Before I came to college, I'd had experience with Adobe Photoshop. That was my big kind of thing. I knew how to use it, but then coming to college, I learned a lot more about Illustrator and vector design, which is something I was aware of, but never experimented with before. And now it's probably my favourite way of doing artwork. I just find it really satisfying to do. So I'm quite grateful that I've learned how to do that.
Yeah, before I came to college, I did a lot of illustration and drawing, like kind of comic work, but obviously that was all drawing, pen to paper, painting. And although I really liked it, it was never really, I never thought it was good enough, it weren't exactly what I wanted. And then I came to college and I learned about the Adobe Suite, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Fresco, and in those two softwares, I've now started doing digital painting and illustration, and yeah, hopefully that it's leading me forward and it's what I'm really enjoying at the minute.